this lovely time of the year, isn't it? Holidays. Half your team's out, kids are off school, but your business still has to run. And what I think that businesses that actually handle holidays well, usually the ones that plan the handovers properly. So my advice would be to make sure that the right people have the right access and permissions sorted before their holiday and not while they're on holiday. And also make sure that obviously your knowledge, your processes is all documented properly within the business and it doesn't sit with one person. So obviously the whole team and the business know how to operate. I think it's also worth updating your customers. So think about communicating your adjusted opening hours. If you are doing that for the holiday season, obviously you might have slower turnaround times, and just make sure that your auto responses are actually reflecting a little bit more detail in it rather than just a standard generic line nobody really reads in those out of office. I think it's also quite important that during the quieter weeks, it's a good moment to get a bit of housekeeping done, which never really happens during the busy periods. So I'd say things like stock takes, clean up customer databases, all that sort of thing. I think is the perfect time for the holiday season to get sorted. We're actually seeing a lot of that we're doing ourselves as well. While obviously during summer it's a bit of a quieter period, we try to get a lot of admin and housekeeping done within the team, within the business as well. So then obviously we're all ready to come back in autumn strong and fresh. In terms of systems for your business, I think there is you can use it to your advantage and they can help you handle, I suppose, handle holidays. So there is a feature in Business One that I really like for this time of the year, actually, and it doesn't seem like a lot of people seem to use it. So within the approval procedures, you can set up an alternative approver for a specific workflow. So for example, a purchase order approval over a certain value, and then give it a range from and to date. So then, for example, if your finance manager is away for 2 weeks, you can set that substitute up before they actually leave on holiday for those exact dates that they're going to be out. And basically that means that for those 2 weeks, anything that would normally land on their desk gets routed automatically to whoever is covering their work. So nobody's actually chasing anyone on holiday to approve a PO from their sound lounger, and nothing is actually sitting in anyone's queue building up for their return. So, and then the moment the end date passes, so the moment the finance manager, for example, returns, the system just reverts back to the original approver on its own and is back to business as normal. What I also like about this feature is how specific it is. So you're basically saying that for this specific workflow, for this exact window of time, you are covered, and rather than actually just giving someone full-on access to your systems just because your boss is away on holiday. And I think it's a much tidier way of doing holiday cover than sharing login details or letting things stack up until someone actually comes back. The other thing I would think it's quite important to note is your security. So if you actually have people working from abroad, think about what they're actually accessing and from where. So simple things like VPN use and maybe device security, actually they start mattering a lot more during the holiday season when people start logging into your systems from a hotel room. So definitely keep an eye on that during the holiday season as well.